The sun was beginning its slow descent behind the ragged silhouette of the city, casting long shadows across the dusty streets of Ouagadougou. Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, had just finished a long day of meetings. His mind was weary, his shoulders heavy from the weight of the nation's challenges. He walked briskly towards his car, his thoughts preoccupied with the looming crises, when a voice, soft yet urgent, stopped him. "Can you give me 100 XOF? Ibrahim paused, the question hanging in the air like a fragile thread. He turned towards the source. The man who spoke was thin, gaunt, his clothes tattered and covered in dust. His face was etched with the kind of weariness that only comes from living on the edge of survival. A homeless man, and yet his eyes held something else. Something Ibrahim could not ignore. Scene 2. Introduction and Setup. The streets of Ouagadougou were teeming with life, but beneath the bustling energy, there was an undercurrent of poverty and struggle. Ibrahim had seen it all. His people were resilient, but their burdens were heavy. As the young leader walked through the crowded streets, he couldn't help but notice the sorrow in the faces of the forgotten, the elderly, the sick, the children, with empty eyes, and the homeless, scattered like broken pieces of a once vibrant mosaic. This man before him was one of them, a nameless figure in the city's backdrop. He had no home, no family, just the relentless desire to survive. Yet his question, simple and direct, reached Ibrahim in a way that nothing else had that day. The president stared at the man for a moment. There was something strangely familiar about him, as though their paths had crossed in another life, in another time. Ibrahim's thoughts were interrupted by the sound of the crowd. He should ignore him, he thought. It was just another beggar, just another plea for change. But there was something about the man's voice, his tired eyes, that made Ibrahim pause. The weight of leadership often distanced him from his people, but in that moment, he felt the rawness of their struggles more than ever. He asked, "Why 100 XOF? What do you need it for?" The man's lips twitched as if surprised by the question. "To buy bread," he said softly, his voice barely above a whisper. Ibrahim's heart sank. There were hundreds of people like him in the city, people who fought just to eat, just to live another day. He could give him the money, he could walk away, or he could do something more. The weight of the decision pressed heavily on him. Scene 3. Conflict or challenge introduced. Without another word, Ibrahim handed the man 100 XOF. It wasn't much, but it was something. He turned to leave, his mind already moving back to the endless duties of a president. But the man stopped him. "Thank you, sir, but that's not what I need." Ibrahim froze. "What do you mean? You just said—" "I don't need money," the man interrupted gently. "I need a purpose. I need someone to believe in me again." The words struck Ibrahim like a punch to the gut. He didn't understand. "What do you mean, believe in? You?" The man's eyes locked onto Ibrahim's, and for a brief moment the distance between them collapsed. "You're a leader, sir. You have the power to change things. But you're also one of us. You know what it's like to feel lost. To feel like no one sees you. If you can give me more than just coins, then maybe I can believe in myself again." Ibrahim felt a knot form in his chest. He had fought for his people, but had he truly seen them? Had he truly understood their pain? His own soul, burdened with the weight of the nation, had grown weary of the struggle. But this man, this nameless stranger, had forced him to confront something deeper, something more personal. Scene 4. Midpoint revelation or twist. Ibrahim found himself asking, "What is your name?" The man hesitated, then whispered, "I used to be someone, sir. I was a teacher, a proud one. I had dreams, but I lost everything in the war. My wife, my children, they're gone. I'm all that's left." The words fell like a stone into the silence between them. Ibrahim's eyes widened as the truth unfolded before him. The man before him had once been someone, had once mattered. And now he was invisible, forgotten. "I know what it's like," Ibrahim said quietly, his voice barely audible. "To lose everything. To feel like nothing you do matters. I know. The man looked up at him, his face softening. Then maybe you can help me find my purpose again. The request was simple yet profound. It wasn't just about money. It was about dignity, about reclaiming what had been lost in the chaos of life. The homeless man wasn't asking for charity. He was asking for respect, for a chance to stand again. Scene 5. Climax, emotional breakthrough. Ibrahim's heart pounded in his chest. This was no longer just about a leader helping a beggar. This was about a man reaching out for something deeper, something that transcended the physical and entered the realm of the spiritual. It was about rediscovering purpose, dignity, and the humanity that binds us all. In that moment, Ibrahim made a decision. He didn't just want to help the man with money. He wanted to help him with hope. "Come with me," Ibrahim said. The words felt strange yet powerful. "I'm not giving you just 100 XOF. I'm giving you a chance to rebuild your life. You'll work with me. You'll teach again." The homeless man blinked, his face a mixture of disbelief and gratitude. What do you mean? You have something to offer." "And it's time the world saw that again," Ibrahim said, his voice unwavering. "You don't have to be invisible. You don't have to be forgotten." And in that moment, something changed. The man, once broken, stood a little straighter. His eyes, once clouded with despair, cleared. The weight of the years lifted just slightly, but enough for him to feel hope again. Scene 6. Resolution and quiet closure. Days passed. Ibrahim kept his promise. The homeless man, whose name was now known as Usman, became part of a project Ibrahim had started to rehabilitate the forgotten and give them a purpose. Usman began teaching again, teaching literacy to those who had lost their way, to those who had been left behind. Ibrahim visited him often, and each time, Usman greeted him with a smile that spoke volumes of the transformation he had undergone. No longer a beggar on the streets, Usman had become a teacher again, a man with dignity, a man with purpose. One evening, as the sun set over the city, Ibrahim stood outside a modest building, watching Usman teach a group of young children. The sky was painted in shades of orange and pink, and for the first time in a long while, Ibrahim felt at peace. He had given Usman more than just money. He had given him a second chance, and in doing so, he had found something important for himself as well. Call to action for YouTube. If this story touched your heart, consider subscribing for more inspiring tales of hope, healing, and unexpected kindness. Hit the like button and share this with someone who needs it today. Let's remind the world that we are never too far gone to change.